There's an interview that George Stephanopoulos of ABC News has done with the President of the United States on a very sensitive issue. They just released an excerpt from that interview. Let me play the clip and then we'll discuss. Listen to this.
This time around, if foreigners, if Russia, if China, if someone else offers you information on an opponent, should they accept it or should they call the FBI?
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening. If somebody called from a country, Norway, we have information on your opponent. Oh, I think I'd want to hear it.
Do you want that kind of interference in our elections?
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it. If I thought there was something wrong, I'd go maybe to the FBI if I thought there was something wrong. But when somebody comes up with Oppo research, right? They come up with Oppo research. Oh, let's call the FBI. The FBI doesn't have enough agents to take care of it. But you go and talk honestly to congressmen. They all do it. They always have. And that's the way it is. It's called Oppo research.
All right, that's a pretty explosive statement from the President of the United States. Caitlin Collins is over at the White House. Caitlin, I know all of us have just heard this, but the President is not ruling out the possibility of accepting dirt, if you will, or opposition research from adversaries of the United States like Russia and China.
Yeah, he said he doesn't think he's ever called the FBI in his life, Wolf, during that interview with ABC News when asked if he would take the information if he was offered it again, not just by an opponent, but also by any foreigners on a potential opponent. And the president said there's a chance you could do both. Now, of course, this is going to raise all sorts of questions because, of course, that is what caused so much consternation over potential contacts between the Russians and Trump campaign officials for the last several years, for essentially the president's entire time in the White House. That is really something that has loomed over it. And there are some people in the White House who would certainly say, yes, that Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner and Paul Manafort shouldn't have taken that meeting at Trump Tower that they did. They wouldn't do it again. But clearly the president seems to be standing by their decisions and what they did there, saying that if he had the chance to do it again, that he doesn't think he would call the FBI immediately. And he's citing other lawmakers, Wolf, though he doesn't name who, that he says he believes has also acted in the same way.